Welcome to NobelBiz webinars.
So when we talk about looking at the candidate and the qualities that really indicate this investment that we have into our employees, which is really to have them long term to perform well and to not worry about a massive retention issue, of constantly cycling through people. Are there things that you would share to be able to say, hey, these are the attributes or characteristics that be important?
Absolutely. And it really does vary by client. I think that's where having those conversations that I was talking about earlier really matter. Getting to know what's important to the hiring managers, what's important to the leads and the people that are in the trenches managing people on a day to day basis. And then what's also important to your top performers as well. And in talking to those, you're able to pull out kind of the attributes and characteristics that you see, everything from grit or tenacity to empathy and kindness to, there are different elements. And I'll give you a recent example. We were hiring for a pet services technology platform, and it was within a department that would deal with escalations that were in many cases quite emotional. And so, if I kind of joked that if you were to stack everyone's resume next to each other, you wouldn't know what position they were applying for because everyone was coming from such a unique background. We had someone that had been a mill worker for 7 years. We had someone else who had been an AV tech, for example. But each one of those people was ever able to speak to how they've managed through a crisis, how they've navigated difficult situations, why they were so excited about this position, and how passionate they were about pets. And so I often will speak of kind of appealing to a candidate in the language of autonomy, mastery, or purpose, which is Daniel Pink. And in this case, it was very much a purpose driven hire. It was people who truly, truly cared and were passionate about engaging with the pet loving community, the pet owner community. And then, there was a bit of, building mastery over time because a lot of them were more entry level or coming from a different type of role. I think we maybe got a handful across, nearly 50 hires that actually had call center experience. And so that definitely speaks to attributes based hiring. I really do encourage it because you're never going to get that perfect candidate. But if you can really look at the attributes that stand out and match that to the position, you can end up with some really phenomenal hires whose resumes on paper don't jump out at you. But then if you're looking for them throughout the interview process and really evaluating them based off of the attributes you know are going to be beneficial to the client, you can end up with some really amazing hires. And we even had the client come back and say, wow, these are people that, we probably never would have looked twice at, but because you were able to bring that out and awaken that within them and get them excited, we were really able to see how they would work in our environment. And so that was really fun for us.